everybody. It's time for another Sunday drive. Come on, let's go. So, today I want to tell you a little story. I was at my parents' house, as always, on each Sunday, and we were talking about different trips that we took, and I do remember one that stood out in my mind from when I was a little kid. Now, when I was a little kid, we were living in Georgia and Florida, but most of the time that I remember was when we lived in Georgia. Now, we went down and we saw my grandpa, who lived in New Smyrna Beach, Florida, just outside of Daytona. And when we went down there, one of the biggest things that I remember were these big billboards that they used to have. And one of them, and for the life of me right at the moment when I'm trying to remember this, I can't remember the name of the suntan lotion, but it was a little girl with blonde hair and pigtails and a dog pulling at her bathing suit bottoms and showing her tan line. And you know, that's just something that forever stays in my mind, I guess. And so yeah, I remember when we would go to Grandpa's too, the way to go to Grandpa's, you always had to pass the Daytona 500 racetrack. And yeah, I don't remember much about that trip down there. I do remember that I spent some time in my grandpa's garage. I remember their house at that time very vividly. And yeah. So, but my story begins on our road trip home. And the only thing I remember about that road trip home was that we were my parents had a truck and they had a canopy on the back. And my brothers and I were in the back in the canopy area. And I remember getting out and asking my mom through the passenger side door, or telling her that I had to go to the bathroom. And so, but my dad says that I didn't ask. That would be unlike me to do that, in my opinion. So, but I did. I went to the restroom, and when I came out, my mom and dad were not there. They were headed back to Georgia from Florida, to our home in Georgia, and I just started crying. And one of the gas station attendants, he came out and he goes, "What's the matter?" And I said, "Well, my parents aren't here. They left me. They left without me." And I guess what happened, and this is the story that was told, is that my brothers started knocking on the window between the canopy and the truck, and got my mom's attention because they thought that I was riding in the front. And they didn't like that I got to ride in the front and that they didn't. So, Mom and Dad pulled over and they found out that I wasn't in the truck. So they turned around and they headed back to the gas station. But at the same time, the gas station attendant was asking me, which way did they go? And so, being the kid that I was, I didn't really know, but I said that I thought that they went that way, which was the wrong way. They didn't go that way. But pretty soon, my parents did show up back up at the gas station. And, yeah. That was kind of scary as a little kid. My parents leaving me. I tease my dad and tell him that contributed to my separation anxieties. That's where it started, which I don't really have that. I just used that because I had a pug that had separation anxiety really bad. He could be in the car with Scott, and I would get out, like we stop at a rest area or something like that, and I'd get out to go to the restroom, and he would squeal like a stuck pig. And I kid you not, I had never heard him make such sounds until I got out of the car and was walking away. He was a real piece of work, but I loved him dearly. He was my first pug, and Scott actually got him for me before we were even married. And he was just so cute, and he had to be next to me all the time. Anyways, so that story kind of twisted off into a different story, but you know, my pugs meant a real lot to me. I had 3 of them, and they're all 3 gone now. But I think I've already told you in a prior video that we'll be getting 2 baby pugs. They'll be brother and sister, and we're hoping anyway. And they'll get to grow up together and be with us. I'm really excited. Anyway, I'm just going to make this one a short one. So, you all take care, and I'm going to end the video right here. So, see you next time. Bye-bye.